Well, hello there. We started this project, and as some of you may have watched the preview video of this project, but the whole idea for this client was to get this home close to net zero or definitely lower their carbon footprint significantly. So here is our after. We've used several products in this home. We've used aero barrier, for example, we'll talk about. We use Quiet Rock inside. We've got an HRV system inside. We also added an EV piece to this project, so we'll chat about that in a bit. But first of all, I just want to walk you through some of the things we've done. All right, we're going to walk up and just give you a couple of pieces that we did to this home. So first of all, you can see the Hardy plank siding. We did the board and batten below, so that's all a Hardy product as well, smart board combo. But if you look at the foundation, if I just zoom up on the foundation, you'll notice the projection of this material is approximately an inch and a half to 2 inches off the foundation. The reason for that is we added 1 inch enterfoil in this. So it's a 1 inch styrofoam, has the highest rating per inch of any product that we were able to source when we did this project. So we added that 1 inch insulation wrap on the entire exterior, really mitigated the thermal bridging back and forth, insides out, and then just did all the smart board trim that you see around the windows. The other thing we did is we added obviously new soffit and all of that, but we changed every window out to a triple glazed window. A couple of reasons for that was, first of all, mitigating thermal bridging, as some of you might know, is just a real help in the energy efficiency. And once you see the actual carbon footprint that we mitigated on this project, you'll kind of see those charts and the before and after. Specifically, the air leakage tests were just dramatic, were just fantastic. But one of the things that we had as a request from this client is they're in a traffic zone here, an air traffic zone. I don't know if we're going to hear an airplane soon here, but they really wanted to mitigate that air traffic noise. Part of that was, of course, the enterfoil on the exterior, the triple glazed windows, and then we used a product called Quiet Rock on all the ceilings. So all the ceilings have this product called Quiet Rock, and if you Google that product, it just has the sound mitigation opportunity. And here's a car driving by, so we have sound from all sources. But now you can hear the jet plane approaching us. That sound in the air was one of the pieces that this client really wanted to try and mitigate. And their response to us is there's been a dramatic improvement in that air traffic noise. And here's another plane coming in from the other side. So a real flight pattern here. So all that to say, overall, the entire home was renovated from the exterior. We did not have to remove drywall on the inside to get this improved R value. And also the aero barrier product really allowed us to do that without spray foam. So some of you may know what spray foam is, but that requires taking the sheathing off on the outside or the drywall off on the inside. A significant impact, cost and impact inside and out. And so we were able to mitigate that or remove that piece off the table by offering the aero barrier product. If you Google it, like I said, properties of aero barrier are fabulous in the sense that they literally have dropped the air leakage of this home significantly. So all of that wraps us up here today, and just kind of giving you a little bit of a feel for this couple's journey on achieving a lower carbon footprint, more comfort in their home, and then just the EV piece is something that we added as well. So let's go take a look at a couple of those pieces. All right, well, here we are in the backyard, and what I wanted to point out to you here is the EV installation we did. First of all, this underground application comes across and underground over to the garage. But if you shoot up, the mast, so to speak, the overhead mast and overhead wire used to loop right through here, and it was positioned on top right here with the meter directly adjacent to this door. So it's kind of it's never really cool, but these old neighborhoods all have the overhead power. So we went to underground, went over to the garage. So I'll take you over to the garage and show you what we did over there. I mentioned at the house that we took the overhead to underground. So now you're seeing the underground location here in the detached garage. So coming from across the house, underground, up across the garage here, over to the new meter location that used to be at the house, and then up the mast and the new mast location now directly over to the power pole. So this was all designed so we could get a 200 amp EV panel in here, so it'll be electric car rough end. We did all that wiring here in the garage so they can do that at some point in the future. But this is just a real neat way to kind of clean up the backyard. We have another phase scheduled for this project with the rear gazebo, and that overhead line just really impeded the aesthetic of this home. So this was a way to achieve both. So we got the aesthetic achieved, underground wiring. Now we've got the EV piece, the 200 amp panel. It all brought this electrical component together. So there you have it. So I wanted to speak a little bit about some of the items that we did inside here. One of them was the HRV. So when you seal a home up like we did with the aero barrier, the thermal bridging mitigation by putting that foil insulation on the outside, the hardy plank, all those items. What you have happen, of course, is the air is so tight inside, it needs lungs, so to speak. I call it the lungs of the home. So the HRV, heat recovery ventilator, is what it's called. That's what we installed, and that was the recommendation by the envelope engineers for this particular project. So it really now makes the home so much more comfortable. Every so many minutes or hours, the entire home's air is circulated and exchanged through that HRV. So I wanted to speak to that. The other thing that we did for the future of this home was the rough-in, as I mentioned earlier, with the EV, but we've also done solar panel rough-ins. So the garage roof, the house roof has conduit run into the attic so that in the future, an entire solar array can be installed on either the garage or the house. And this exposure in this particular lot is fantastic to the south and west, so it really made sense to do that. But along with that, because we're going to be moving to that solar array in the future, we also took out the gas hot water tank and installed an electric hot water tank. The target is to get the carbon footprint down, but also the cost down. So by putting on the solar array with that electric hot water tank, now of course, that's how it's going to be fed. That hot water tank will now be fed by the solar panels. So anyway, just a couple things inside. As I mentioned, we use the Quiet Rock product as well. As we're talking here, we can hear another jetliner coming over. That Quiet Rock is quite spectacular, the equivalent of 12 layers of drywall. Our clients have told us that the outcome has been fantastic with all of these initiatives. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this was an enjoyable journey for you. We're really looking forward to hearing from you, for some of you that want to go either net zero or just want to mitigate your heating costs or lower your contribution to the carbon footprint. So thank you for watching.